Hey, what's up? Another episode of Cockles of the Heart Radio podcast, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Thursday night, crazy week, lots of shit to talk about. You know what they say, only the good die young. But if you're not young anymore like I am, I guess we're just giant pieces of shit. So I came to that realization, like only the good die young. Like how young is young? I feel like 33 ain't young anymore. So I guess us assholes just live forever, which is great because, super nice, kind, good people are just so frustrating to be around. They just don't have the trauma and the frustration like all of us assholes do. So we're going to live fucking forever. So last podcast, I decided it was probably a really bad move to start doing torture-y things to myself for the podcast when I really don't have a very big fan base at all, because that was the worst stomach pain. The hot mouth part, yeah, that sucked, but the stomach pain, so much worse. So much worse. It was like what I think probably period cramps feel like, and if any of you women with your periods if you've ever eaten this hot chip and your stomach hurts, please let me know if it's similar, because I really felt like this has got to be what periods felt like, because I was sitting in like the fetal position like you women do when you're in pain, and it was like kind of come and go up and down for like an hour and a half to the point to where I hovered above the toilet with the mouth sweats, and there's just drool dumping out of my mouth, and I'm like, don't throw up. Don't throw up, bitch. You have done worse things to your body and never threw up. Do not throw this hot chip up. It's going to suck so bad. Please don't do it. And ended up surviving the hot chip. My body must be pretty dope, because I never had a hot shit behind it. I was waiting for it. I was bracing for impact for 3 days, and it just never happened. So either my body is super dope and it just burned it all out and was like, we've suffered enough, it stops here, or it just melted a hole through my stomach and then fell out into my abdominal cavity. So either way, B-hole is fine. Saved a couple miles on this ass, because I've put some fucking miles on this booty hole eating spicy shit all the fucking time. So specifically Chipotle hot salsa has been the newest thing my body has decided it doesn't like at all. So also, the tea I was drinking on there and bitching about how I wish it was sweet tea and regular tea tastes like shit. I ended up drinking the rest of that gallon and found myself wanting more regular tea. And I don't know how to feel about that. It's just dirty leaf water, and I actually started to enjoy it. And I got used to it, and I'm like, you know what? This isn't too bad. And there's not like 15 cups of sugar in it, so it's probably healthy for me, because, I beat the fuck out of my body doing all sorts of horrible things to it, but then sometimes I'm like, I should drink less sugar. It'll be good for me. Like, it's going to matter at all from all the other shit I do to it. But, sorry, I just ate a pile of Panda Express food and somehow got a bunch of gunk in my throat from that super unhealthy MSG filled bullshit crap horrible food. But one thing I'll never get used to, I got used to tea, I'll never get used to hazelnut motherfucking coffee. If any guys know me at all, you know my deep disdain for hazelnut fucking coffee. I'm pretty sure I just got done talking about hazelnut coffee the other night. But the other thing that I'll just never get used to, and I refuse to try, and I refuse to like, is pickles on my sandwiches. I like pickles by themselves, but pickles on a sandwich, it's just like hazelnut coffee. It poisons everything around it. You're no longer eating a cold cut combo from Subway. You're eating a pickle sandwich with pickle bread soaked in pickle juice. And I fucking hate it. And I had Chick-fil-A the other day, and they put pickles on all their sandwiches, and I order no pickles every time. And sometimes they don't put pickles on it. Most of the time, they end up putting fucking pickles on it. And this last time, they had no pickles on it when I received the sandwich. But I know those motherfuckers put the pickle on the sandwich and then took it off and threw it away because I could taste the pickle juice in the bread. It soaks into everything, and then everything tastes like pickles. I'm like, you guys already ruined it. Like, you're not pulling a fast one on me. I know when pickles have touched a sandwich. I can taste it, and I can't untaste it, and it just ruined the rest of the fucking sandwich for me. So, not a fan. But speaking of Panda Express, DoorDash specifically, I really need to quit being a nosy little bitch and not trying to figure out what my DoorDash driver looks like, because I have a security camera that I placed myself above my front door because I thought I had porch pirates, and now I'm just constantly obsessed with seeing what my DoorDash drivers look like, and there's not a single one of them that I was like, oh, I'm glad I looked at that. It was like, wow, I don't know if I want to eat this food anymore. I don't know if I should trust this random human being that drove 20 minutes from Panda Express to my front door in their possibly, it could be a clean car, probably a super nasty fucking car. And then I'm going to bring it in here and I'm just going to stuff it down my fucking pie hole without even thinking about it. My latest Uber driver, the one that delivered this Panda Express, looked like Kip from Napoleon Dynamite. If he was like 30 years older, like just long, stringy, greasy hair, slightly balding, little tiny, thin, like Mexican mustache looking thing, big glasses, shiny, moist looking skin, button down shirt, nasty, gross. Not somebody that I really trust to have my food in their possession at all. So I really need to stop checking that camera when I get my DoorDash deliveries, because never had a respectable looking person on DoorDash. I respect you. I respect your job, your trade of delivering food from one place to another. I mean, in reality, it's on me. I'm ordering food. I'm too lazy to drive to Panda Express myself, and the extra $8 on a $12 order, I somehow justify every time I order it. And then as soon as I get it, I was like, I could have done that by myself. But then the next time I do it, I just do it again anyway. So, not good. I don't want to see my DoorDash drivers anymore. They're fucking terrifying. They're fucking like, it's like, they're like carny. They have carny vibes, like little rodent hands, smell like cabbage, shifty eyes, creepy fucking carnies delivering my food for me. So, similar to like the kind of people that I see at Korn concerts and shit. But, yeah. Super fucking gross. Other really eventful morning the other morning. I was driving to work, 5:45 in the morning. I'm in the fast lane, going 20 miles over, as I do, as everybody does on I-40 towards Nashville. And out of the corner of my eye in my side mirror, I see some headlights, and they're coming towards my truck fairly quickly. And before I could even look over to see what was going on, this driver smashed into the side of my work truck really fucking hard, which is extra terrifying because my work truck has a slip tank full of diesel, 100 gallons of diesel fuel in the back of my truck. And I also have a compressed gas cylinder right behind the driver's seat in the back seat on the floor full of blowtorch gas, acetylene, that would also kill the fuck out of me if said diesel fuel caught it on fire and it blew up. So it made me particularly angry, and it was so early in the morning, 5:45. I don't even remember my morning up to that point. It's like that's the moment that I woke up, was when this dipshit sideswipes the fuck out of me going 85, 90 miles an hour down to I-40, and it's still dark out. So I pull myself together a little bit, figure out which stupid motherfucker hit my work truck. See a second-gen blue Dodge truck. So I get in front of him and slow down, and we both start pulling over to the shoulder. And as soon as I get like just past the line to the shoulder, ready to, stop and figure out what the fuck he was doing, He floors it and veers around me, takes off. That's not even the worst fucking part. This whole time, there is a cop behind us this whole time. Before he hit me, when he hit me, and when we took off. There was a fucking Metro Police SUV right behind us. As I'm pulling over and I see the taillights of this blue truck leaving, I see the cop right behind him. No lights on. Nothing. As I'm watching, desperately waiting for the fucking cherries and berries to flick on, I see the blue truck slowly getting further away from the cop car, and the cop car doing absolutely nothing about it. Never pulled him over. What the fuck, dude? I was so pissed. I was like, what in the fuck are you doing? Like, thank you for letting me drive 85, 90, and a 70 all the time and never even making me fear that I could possibly get pulled over. But you just saw a hit and run right in fucking front of you, and you were right behind him, and you did nothing. Nothing. So call my boss, give him the shitty news, pull over to the side of the road, look at my truck. The toolboxes are all marked up, black shit all over the side of them. You could see where the guy's tire like rotated up against the box, so there's big muddy streak marks on the side of the truck where his tire hit my toolbox, all the way up to the top of the toolbox, which is like above my head. Well, not quite above my head. Maybe like, yeah, definitely not above my head. Chest level, top of the toolbox, big black mark. Also popped open the top of the toolbox. He hit me so hard, which is crazy because that thing is like, it's a very nice toolbox on the back of this truck. It doesn't just pop open. So he hit it hard enough to pop that fucking open. Dented the right rear door. Door still works. All the doors on the toolbox still work. Just fucked up the side of it. And this is a brand new truck. I got it with like 60 miles on it. It's got such a weird hiccup. It's probably got, I don't even know, probably like 7,000 miles on it, if that. No, it's got to be like 5,000 miles. I don't know. Brand new fucking truck, you know. Had it for a few months. And so I call the cops, get them to come over so I can get a police report, all that shit, insurance, whatever. And I'm telling the guy, I was like, one of your boys was right behind us when it happened, and he did nothing about it. And he's like, oh, well, if it's a sheriff's officer, they're not allowed to pull him over. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean they're not allowed to pull him over? He's a cop. If you see a crime, you stop the crime. So that excuse doesn't fucking matter. Plus, it wasn't a sheriff. It was fucking Metro whatever the fuck. He's like, oh, that's crazy. I was like, yeah, I bet you could probably figure out who the fuck it was pretty easily because I wrote down the time and everything, exactly where it happened. Look at the dash cam. You got the whole crime caught on tape. You know? Maybe this never happened because they'd be like, why the fuck didn't you pull this guy over? Like, oh, I was too busy shoving donuts up my asshole or something. I don't know. So he's like, huh, weird. Gave 0 fucks. And I was like, oh, makes sense. He obviously didn't give 0 fucks either. He probably just like, you know, didn't clock in yet, and that's why he didn't do anything about it. He's like, well, let me call around, see if maybe he pulled him over. 5 minutes later, he's like, yeah, I didn't pull him. Nobody got pulled over. I was like, yeah, I know. Like, don't sit here and pretend like you're doing something. So get that all wrapped up, whatever, go to work. Truck drives fine. Doors work fine. Just mad about the whole situation. Some dipshits out there running around hitting other people without getting in trouble. But, yeah, that was a really rough fucking morning. That really fucked my day up. That wasn't the only wreck that happened that I have witnessed this week. So today, the GC and me love taking pictures of car wrecks and sending them to each other. So he sent me a picture just right outside the job site. And there's a semi-truck on the shoulder with a fucking car underneath the semi-trailer, just blown to fucking bits. And the ambulance and stuff had already been there and left, obviously, because the 2 passenger side doors, front and back, were laying out in the middle of the street. So they obviously got the jaws alive, pulled out what was left of their little fucked up bodies, and took off. And I know they didn't die, so don't get all fucking mad at me. But if they had died, at least on the scene, they would have blocked off like 3 or 4 lanes of traffic and like covered shit up and whatever. But they didn't cover shit. They just literally smashed everything further up against the wall, closed maybe 2 lanes of traffic, and it was fine. Same spot, I've seen 2 cars pull over out of nowhere and just burst into flames. Probably didn't have any oil in their engine. I don't know. So basically, Nashville, you suck. Your traffic is horrible. Your drivers are horrible. Your police are fucking horrible. So, just chaos. Absolute fucking chaos on I-40. Never disappoints me ever. But, anyway. So, I got a weird sense of humor. And a lot lately, I overthink things a lot. I'm very depressed. I have a lot of anxiety, but I try to see the silver lining and shit, and I have fun when I can and joke about the shitty things, and we all move on. There's some things that I think are so goddamn funny, and I'll post them thinking like this is going to have everybody crying laughing. And there are so many times where nobody laughs at all. And it makes me feel like I'm absolutely fucking crazy. Like, am I just so stupid to humor that I actually, like, people have just told me so many times that I'm funny because they feel bad that I am completely delusional. Like some of the singers on America's Got Talent, or what was the really good one that they basically got rid of because Simon Cowell is such a dick. American Idol. Am I an American Idol of comedy? Because I posted this picture today that I took with my own camera that I thought was so creative and so funny and got 0 reaction and it made me want to die. And I found it like this. Like, I'm not lying. I'm not joking at all. I'm leaving work. And I look down, and there's like a skid mark. I'll show the picture. Here's the picture. So as you can see, there's like a skid mark in the floor from something else. I don't know what. And perfectly placed at the end of the skid mark is a wasp. And I was like, bro, does it not totally look like the wasp crash landed into the concrete and slid across to a fiery halt and then just died? So I was like, literally, I saw it and I went, no way, and like an idiot. And there's people around. They don't speak English, so I didn't give a fuck about what their opinions are of me. But so I get down on the ground and I'm taking a couple pictures and I find the perfect picture. I was like, yes, this totally looks like a plane crash. And I was like, I gotta have a good title for this because this is obviously so hilarious by itself, but I need to put a cherry on top and put a really good title to the picture. So I put Flight 833 crash site found, no survivors. And I even thought I was so creative because the number 833, if you kind of look at it, kind of looks like it says B. And I was like, I am a comedic genius. This is insane. God has blessed me with this perfect situation that I did not make myself, which it would have been really creative if I thought of it myself, but I never would have thought of it. It just looked like it. And then I made the most bomb-ass title for it. And I was like, I'm going to get so much love. This will help my depression. People will tell me that I'm so funny and so creative. And one crafty fucker will be like, I like how you put 833 because it looks like it says B. And I didn't get nothing. Nobody said anything. Nobody liked it. I could see that they watched it and they continued on with their day without a second thought. And I was... that hurts so much. I've been cheated on by my fiance and that sucked, but this hurts more because it absolutely is all my fault that I made this and nobody fucking laughed. And I hyped myself up so bad that it was going to be so funny, and it wasn't. And my depression is just fucking growing and growing. Every bomb joke that I fucking make. Not like a bomb joke like that's awesome, that's bomb. Like bomb, like I fucking B-52 bombed that set. Fucking sucked. And, sounds really fucking lame and cheesy and gay and depressing, but I do once in a while get out of the shower and just stare at myself like, who the fuck are you today? How are we feeling? And some days I'm like, God damn, dude, you're a funny looking dude, and you're not half bad looking. You could, you've banged a couple tens before. You could totally bang more if you wanted to. If you wanted to go out there and bang a 10, you could do it. You sexy piece of fucking meat. Those are very, very rare days these days. Those days are a long, distant memory. Lately, it's just like, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, you're such a skinny little bitch. Your tattoos are so dumb. You thought they were so cool at one point, and you shared your tattoos with people because you thought they were cool, and they're fucking not. They suck, and your fucking beard is shit. It's garbage. It looks like you put pubic hair on your face, and it looks like trash, and you will never grow a real beard. When you get stressed out, when you get stressed out, hair falls out of your beard because you're a fucking nervous, anxious fucking wreck, and your comedy sucks and your tattoos suck. And I just, I want to reach through the mirror, and I just want to grab my neck. I want to squeeze it so fucking hard. Just squeeze the fuck out of my own neck. Feel the heartbeat as it slowly starts to stress out, knowing that death is imminent by my own hands. And as I squeeze harder, I can see the veins popping out of my fucking head as my bones begin to break, and I want to die. I was just talking to somebody earlier. I was like, if somebody tried to stab me, I think I'd just run into the knife and save them the movement of this, because I'm fucking hurting right now, dude. And that's how I feel when I think I've thought of an amazing joke and it absolutely fucking bombs. Or like I try to tell someone one of my bits and they don't even listen to the end of it. They just kind of walk off, or they should be like, oh yeah, let me show you this on my phone. And I'm like, just kill me. Fucking. Whew. Not every day, but some days are just like that. But I don't know. Today wasn't all that bad. Today, it was actually kind of fun. It was a break from the monotony, as they say. I had to go to a training course on competent person training, meaning that I learn about digging ditches and how deep to dig them before I have to add added protection, safety shit, so the ditch doesn't collapse on you, kill you. I've done this class a million times. I never remember where I put my certification, so I have to keep fucking taking it every year, every company I go to. So I go to this class. It's like 6 hours most of the day. There's only 4 of us. It's me, coworker, and buddy Philip, and then 2 people that work at United Rentals, which is where we were having this meeting, was United Rentals. And there's only 4 of us. Teacher looks just like my old Spanish teacher, Mr. Waldorf, but not quite an asshole, and spoke 0 to no Spanish. Actually, that's false. He said comprende a lot, which was really annoying after a while. Didn't enjoy that part. But the 2 other people was this black dude and this front desk chick that worked there. And this guy, he does that really annoying fucking class thing, which just gets more annoying as the more old I get, I guess. So he does that stupid fucking thing. He's like, well, let's go around the room. Say your name, what you do for work, why you're doing the thing that you do for work. Tell us where you're from, something about you, and your hopes and, your biggest hopes and dreams. Like literally all of those things. Usually they just say, what's your name? Where are you from? What do you do for work? What do you do for fun? Basic shit. This guy had like 18 questions, and I was like, I almost have to write this shit down because I don't even remember what the first 3 were that he asked us to do. So Philip does his first. He comes to me. Tell him like, oh, my name's Reed from Montana. I'm a plumber, so I could pay school bills off. Hopes and dreams. I was like, yeah, moved here because I kind of want to try to do comedy. Haven't done it yet. Nobody raised an eyebrow at all. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll just shut the fuck up about that. And then, so what was it? I said I was from Montana. And he said, oh, it's beautiful out there. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, it's really fucking cold. So I sat there, bitched about the cold. And even the chick was like, is there anything good about Montana or does it just suck? And I'm like, no, I'm just extra bitter towards the cold. But Montana's beautiful and it's nice. You should go visit, but just go in the summer. And this guy just kept asking questions. I'm like, bro, I did my questions. I did my time. Please move on to the next fucking person. Because I know I'm going to get anxiety. And I'm going to say something really fucking weird. Because when I'm forced to talk or I'm just being watched and they're not saying shit, I just start talking and talking and talking and talking. And I overshare and I embarrass myself. And it's horrible and I fucking hate it. So what happens? I start over fucking sharing and I weird out the whole class. So somehow I get into the fact that I grew up on like a little mini farm and that we did a lot of redneck hillbilly shit. And so they just kept staring at me, just kept smiling. And I was like, all right, we're just going to keep fucking going. Let's keep oversharing. I was like, yeah, there's a lot of shit that I did when I was a kid that I now realize that nobody else did. And it makes me feel like kind of fucking weird. Like when we were kids, my mom used to have us go kill chickens. So she'd tell us like, go kill the rooster that's attacking the other chickens or attacking us. And we'd go out there usually with an axe or a machete and we'd take turns cutting their fucking heads off. And I just said it just like that. And everybody was just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, it's a good thing none of us are serial killers yet. Ha 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 ha. And nobody laughed. Nobody looked... Not the reaction I was looking for at all. And so then just to top it off, because they just kept staring at me, and I got to keep talking or else the world's going to explode and I'm going to fucking die if I don't just keep talking. I was like, yeah, one time my little brother drowned one, and it took him like 20 minutes for the chicken to finally drown because chickens apparently can hold their breath for a really long time. And then... just kept getting worse, dude. And I just, at that point, after I said the 20-minute drowning chicken thing, that's when the teacher was like, okay, go ahead, next person. And just pretended like I didn't just spill my heart out about doing serial killer type shit when I was a fucking kid. And I just wanted to fucking die. I wanted to choke myself through the mirror again and feel my neck break. And, hold up. I totally forgot about the other super fucking awkward thing that happened before this class even fucking started. So, fuck me. We pull up to this place, United Rentals, Airways, whatever the fuck it was called. And not a lot of parking spots. There's a couple parking spots right out front, but I'm like, I'm sure the employees park there. I'll park in the back like a respectable person. So I go in the back, and there's one spot. I back into it. This guy is, heavy equipment operator, manly man, whatever, pretty rough-looking dude, comes up to the window, goes, hey, man, super nice guy. But he was like, hey, I actually just opened up this spot for the front desk lady to be able to park here, so we have good parking for all of our guests. Guess what my stupid ass said? And guess how I fucking said it? I said, oh, I feel so special. Just like that, to a grown-ass man. I talked like a baby retard about feeling special about being a guest to this place. And he just said, Yep, have a good class, bud, and then walked off. And I was just like, I'm going to hang myself in the back of this establishment behind this big fucking barn. Don't save me. Don't take the body down. Let the birds eat me. Let me return to this earth in the form of bird shit. Because what in the fuck how did the fuck did that go from my brain straight past any kind of social filter or normal person filter and just go straight to that in front of this stranger, this strange man? Yeah, I'm disgusted with myself. All day I've just been disgusted with myself. And then the bee sliding across the floor thing that I thought was so funny that got no attention just was like the absolute like cherry on the top of my shit fucking day, my shit week. And it's been rough, bro. It's been rough. I am, God gives his toughest soldiers the hardest battles. Like, God damn it, I'm so sick of these battles, man. I've been battling. They're not even battles worth winning. I don't win anything out of these. And it's so fucking rough, and I'm so sick of it. So, God, dude. I got fucking issues. It's probably because I do podcasts by myself. Oh, yeah. I also decided to tell some random guy that didn't ask at all. Told him all about my podcast and how I do it by myself, and it sucks and it's hard to do. And it was just like, he was literally just sitting there like this, like, memory card filled up. So I think it was my camera being like, shut the fuck up, quit crying about your life. Anyway, oversharing. Oh yeah, racist teacher. These are my notes. So he's not racist. I know he's just trying to be a nice guy, trying to be funny. But at one point, so mind you, there's a black guy sitting right across from the teacher. He's talking about gravity, like what makes a ditch collapse, what makes it cave in, and everybody's like, water, this, that, blah blah blah. Somebody says gravity. He goes, yes, gravity brings it down. And I don't even remember why the fuck he said this. It was something about gravity, and he was like, gravity, why did ditches fall down? Because of gravity. Just like, why can't I dunk a basketball? One, gravity. Two, I'm also white and I can't jump. And then he looks right at the black guy and goes, because white guys can't jump. You guys definitely can. And I was just like, Jesus fuck, man. I don't even feel bad about my awkward shit anymore. You just looked at the black guy and told him he was really good at jumping. Like, I don't know. I thought it was hilarious. Made me feel a little bit better about my fucking word vomit and oversharing because I can't handle social situations like a fucking normal adult. But, yeah. Oh, nice. My last note is getting stabbed versus getting shot. I'm not even going to go into that. I'm not, it's whatever. Anyway, this podcast really just sucked ass, but, I got to keep them consistent. That's the one thing I promised myself. Like, no matter how shitty your podcast may be and no matter how many people never watch it, it's okay. Just keep being consistent because consistency is good exercise and you'll get better and eventually you'll be glad that you kept with it instead of just fucking quitting. So this is a consistency episode. I don't even know. The other thing I've noticed, I don't know how to end a video. Even my Snapchats and my TikToks, I don't know how to end them. I can't be like, oh, that's it, let go. I'll sit there for an awkward second, like, is there anything else I should say? And then it's a long pause, and then I say something really stupid because, if I feel like people are watching me, they expect me to say something at all times, and I just keep talking, and then I just can't end the podcast, much like I'm doing right now. So, anyway, you can find me on YouTube, Spotify, and Patreon, Cockles of the Heart. I'm the only motherfucker named Cockles of the Heart podcast. Have a great fucking night, great weekend, great week. And just remember, you don't have to keep fucking talking when people aren't replying or reacting to what you just said. You can shut the fuck up and not overshare the fuck out of something. So that's the end of the podcast. Goodbye.